The man actually carried the TV to the balcony. After placing it on the ground, he stepped on it with his foot. He hugged the screen and pulled it out desperately. But the man didn't care at all. Instead, he pulled the screen out with great force. Then he stuffed the screen through the railing, regardless of whether there were passers-by downstairs or not. He threw it down from a height of more than 100 meters. As the TV fell rapidly, it was soon smashed into pieces. Seeing this scene, the man felt very excited. He had thought that with such a big commotion, the security guard downstairs would surely know about it. But unexpectedly, the security guard was wearing headphones and didn't notice that something had fallen at all. The man waited upstairs for a long time, but the security guard never came. So he had to go back into the room and try to open the door with pliers. As a result, he found that he couldn't open the door. He even accidentally injured his hand. He broke down and started kicking the door desperately. He had never expected that the newly bought house would turn into an unfinished building. What was even worse was that he was locked in the house. Soon the man gradually calmed down. Then he took out a cardboard box from the cabinet. The man didn't hesitate to tear open the wound on his hand and wrote a distress message on the cardboard with his blood. He walked to the balcony and quickly threw the cardboard out. Fortunately, the cardboard finally landed. The man was instantly very excited because the cardboard landed in a place where there were people. Soon a woman noticed the message on the cardboard. According to the message, the woman came to the unfinished building. Unexpectedly, she was blocked at the door by the security guard, who said that it had been an unfinished building for a long time and there couldn't be anyone inside. After hearing this, the woman had to turn around and leave. The man waited until it was dark. When he saw the woman on the street, he realized that he had failed. Not willing to give up, he took out an iron sheet and prepared to saw through the railing to escape. However, after wasting an hour, he only made a little scratch on the railing. The man broke down again. He kicked the railing frantically to vent his despair. Suddenly, the railing broke. The man pushed the railing away with force and climbed out without hesitation. However, it was more than 100 meters above the ground, and if he fell, he would be smashed to pieces instantly. Fortunately, there was no railing on the floor below. As long as he could climb there, he could be saved. However, just as he stretched out his foot to climb down, just when he was at a loss, the belt around his waist gave him an idea. He tied the belt with both hands and then fastened it to the railing on the 31st floor. With the protection of the belt, he let go of his hands and soon hung in the air above the 30th floor. Then the man kicked down hard. Fortunately, the belt was strong. He finally stepped on the railing. He braced his hands against the wall and slowly moved towards the side of the balcony. Soon the man came to the side of the balcony. He leaned his body against the wall, then stepped on the railing with his feet and slowly moved down. Finally, he reached the balcony on the 30th floor. Before he could be happy, he found that the window was closed. No matter how he tried, he couldn't open it. So the man kicked the window desperately. Fortunately, he successfully kicked down the window. He staggered to the door of the room and carefully opened the door. The door was finally opened, and he successfully escaped.